Hey guys, I promised you that I will be back sharing more inspirational videos and especially highlighting people who have the inspiration and who make their dream, reality. I'm super happy to now welcome a good friend of mine. And this means that this is an absolute biased interview. I wish him all the best, but I can also really say there's a reason for it because what he is doing is just amazing. So first, I'm Daniel. Hello, happy to have you here today. And let's go a little bit back into history. Here we have him on the top right, but as you see in my Instagram account, you have to go back a little bit into 2014, 2015. Here he is. And we were working together. It's a good sign that we are still friends. It's always the case. I think I have so many colleagues who are still friends. It's Ivan Surikov. Here we have another picture, Ivan and I. So we celebrated together. We had over 400 interviews in 1 year. And Ivan was the person who made it happen because on the one hand, I had like the possibility to have a free mind to really devise all the new guests or the questions, invite the guests and have new questions. But Ivan was always behind the camera, made it happen, looked at the light, listened to the sound. So welcome, Ivan. Happy to have you.
Thank you, Daniel. Hello. Clap.
Hello.
Action.
Action, let's go for it. So my introduction was already too long again, I know. But let's not talk about me, let's talk about you, Ivan. So you are a filmmaker, a photographer. You are a drone operator and a professional video producer. So since we know each other, 2014-15, a lot has happened. So let's check in. How are you doing?
Well, thank you for the introduction, Daniel. It's great to speak with you again. And yeah, it was super fun times working together. It was really always funny, but sometimes stressed because we had so much work all the time. We're always staying late in the evening
True.
after working hours.
Thanks, Ivan. It's
Thanks,
true. Yeah,
thanks for
let's.
inviting me. Yeah.
Yeah, and you were always like the support. I really have to say. So you are now going supporting professionals, companies, private persons with their video, but you are also extending your business, and you are a professional drone pilot photographer. Well, what do you exactly do?
Well, I'm trying to help, yeah, to help people and companies. Well, right now I'm a freelance photographer, videographer, and producer. I create different video content, and so recently I became a drone pilot and operator, and I'm flying different. As you can see, maybe on my left here, I have some drones in the background as well. I have some drones, so building drones, I'm flying drones, and this helps um, to give different perspectives to what I used to do, and that was filmmaking. And thanks to these drones, I'm able to reach absolutely different perspectives and amazing shots. This really became my passion, and hopefully will become my profession.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of factors supporting you on that. I think one most important key factor is the quality and how it looks. I would suggest.
What is art.
So I will turn off the sound a little bit so we can comment it a little bit. So these are just amazing cinema pictures, images here and films here
Thank you.
and amazing effects. We see this is your current show reel here that brought you obviously around the world to amazing venues and to amazing places, but you also have now the gift of giving this special spark to these places with the special perspectives. How do you do that?
I don't know, Daniel.
Is this a risky thing here because you are filming people but also expensive cars? Is that it looks so fast? Do you have a big risk of crashing your drones and the cars?
The risk exists, always exists. And the more you fly, the more chances that something can happen. Hopefully, I didn't have any problem so far.
Yeah. I
The
have
risks
full
are
confidence. I have full confidence in your capabilities as an absolute safe pilot here. And it was just wondering because I've seen this scene when you also fly over the the main water fountain here in Geneva, the Jet d'eau, which is, I don't know how many meters it's high, but it's quite high. And you fly
140
over
meters.
140 meters and you fly over it. And it seems to me that the water is sort of picking up the drone and sort of makes it crash. So how many drones did you lose?
This is the small, tiny drone which I was using. Yeah, it picked some water, but nothing really happened, and I could finish the shot and land it as soon as I was done. Because it was a bit scary, but it was worth the risk. So this is super lightweight micro drone, which I was able to fly it in that area.
It's amazing. So how many of these drones do you have?
Right now, 9.
Okay.
Actually 8, and in the process of building my biggest one so far. Right
Wow.
now, it's still in process. Yes.
And what will this bigger drone be used for?
It will be used for more professional cameras, like DSLR cameras, or more compact cinema cameras, which are able to shoot 4K, 6K RAW files. And this is really more for production purposes, like because this drone will be also super fast and will be able to do the same maneuvers as the smaller ones, but just able to carry more weight to it.
That's amazing. And what do you have to do to become a professional drone video filmer?
To become professional, well, I think you need, first of all, to know exactly your applications of these drones, how you're going to use them. Then you need to learn a lot about these drones, in particular, how they're working, how they're built, what are the limits of this equipment. So you need always to know exactly where and how much you can push your drones to not to exceed the limits and not to risk, for example, to lose or to crash your drone. So there is always this edge where you need to know everything about them. I mean, if you want to really become a professional, and at the same time, you need to control and learn how to pilot these drones. For example, there are remotes with which you control these drones, and the better you pilot these drones, the better you are at flying. So I spent around 500 hours of training just in a video game simulator, practicing and learning, and I think I have also around the same amount of hours in real life flying.
You definitely enjoy having the special perspective of things and always trying to, push the limits. Thing that I really learned when watching your videos is that a drone is not always outside, so you can even have more applications inside. So how do you realize these inside flights through offices, through event spaces. How do you do that?
Um,
Is
well,
this a
basically,
special
as a
drone?
filmmaker, uh, yeah, there is a special drone for that, which is protected. Well, I have three drones for this application. Well, this one is more protected. As you can see, the propellers are here, and it's protected from the outside. So it basically cannot hurt anybody. So I was using this drone to shot some dancing and one birthday event, and was flying really close to people. It was really interesting. I can just really fly and see on a way how I want this shot to be done. For example, where I want to go inside the window and going outside then another window. It's really depends on the location, on the place, and what you can come up with. For example, this drone uh, is an invisible drone. It's a bit hard to explain, but here goes the in the 360 camera, and the lenses of the camera, they stick on both sides of the drone. So one lens is sticking out this way, and another lens is sticking out this way. And the height of the camera is like this, is a bit, well, basically it's just here. So this is the camera itself. So it's a bit thicker than the drone, and the stitching in between lenses is removing everything what is in between the lenses. So basically, the drone becomes invisible. It's it's a
Wow.
bit tricky to explain, but basically you just have a sphere, flying sphere in the air, which allows you to then rotate it, the camera anywhere, in any direction, to zoom in or zoom out. The application of this invisible drone is really, really amazing.
But do you need a license or something, like a flyer's license?
Well, basically, it depends where you're flying. If you're flying somewhere in the fields just to practice or to learn, normally there is no problem. But if you're willing to fly commercially in town or in city, then yeah, you need to first have a license. Then you need to have a authorization from the police that you are performing a flight, etc. And you also need to in France, I think you need to register each of your drones. So yeah, the more drones and the more people are starting flying these drones, the more regulations there will be, that's for sure.
Is there a lot of competition?
If you are not really in this world, then I would say there is not a lot of competition. But I'm really deeply immersed into this FPV community and sphere, and I would say that yeah, the competition is there. The people are pushing each other to compete. That they're creating some new stuff, and it's starting to get more and more attention.
What's your biggest enemy here? Is it the load of batteries?
But yeah, I would say battery and range.
Wow. So if somebody came now, sees this interview, hopefully, and says, well, I have it, you can do whatever you like, what actually would you like to realize as your next big dream adventure as a drone pilot?
I would maybe consider it as a proposal. And my biggest dream as a drone pilot is just to become really, I would say, famous, and to deliver the passion which I have for this hobby to other people, and hopefully to inspire other people to do what they like, and also to travel the world and to be in the places with which are never been shot by drones yet, but I would love to to go somewhere and to dive into the smallest gaps and spots, like to dive into the jet d'eau of
Wow,
Geneva.
so it could be like a drone flight around the world. And if I may ask, so I remember, so when we worked together, you were already like an Instagram pro doing like HDR photos that were just amazing, like with a special light and a special perspective. And I think this is so remarkable about you, Ivan. And how did you find out then there's more to it? So you want to go for the drones?
Um, Actually, yeah, I realized that this only recently. Uh, my grandfather, he was a military camera operator, and he was the person who adopted this passion for filmmaking to me, and also he was showing me his videos while he was shooting one plane from another plane. Like the shots were absolutely mind blowing. The and I think since then I always had this passion for filmmaking, for kind of freedom which you can get in the sky, for this um, speed of the action of the sky. And since I knew there are drones like this which you can build yourself and which enable you to fly how you want, where you want, and to film what you want. This really was a breaking point for me that I thought that's for me definitely.
If people like to contact you, Ivan, so it's best to contact you through LinkedIn, right?
LinkedIn or Instagram.
So, Ivan, it's such a pleasure to talk to you and getting your energy and getting also inspired from you. Looking forward to your next videos that you are sharing on your social networks. And let's
Thank
stay
you,
in touch, I
Daniel.
would say. All the
Yeah,
best.
thank you, Daniel. Thank you for
Bye
your
bye.
interview, for your time. All the best.
All the best. Ciao.